You're 26 years old, the day you walk into the Baltimore field office for the first time. You passed every test, top 8% at Quantico, marksmanship, psych eval, background check so clean it squeaked. Your mother cried at the swearing-in ceremony. Your father shook your hand like you'd just become something, like the family had finally produced a person worth producing. You believed that too. The first thing they give you is a desk. The second thing is a caseload that hasn't moved in 4 months. Wire fraud, mortgage schemes, identity theft rings, paper crimes. You're chasing spreadsheets instead of people. You came here to dismantle things. Instead, you're reading depositions from defendants who'll hire lawyers that cost more per hour than you make in a week. Your supervisor is a man named Hargrove, quiet, methodical. The kind of tired that's settled into the bones, not the kind you sleep off. He's been here 22 years. He never mentions it like it's an achievement, just a fact, like the water stains on the drop ceiling, just something that happened. You ask him once, after a case gets buried under jurisdictional politics, whether it ever gets better. He thinks about it longer than you expected. The cases? Sometimes. The feeling? No. You don't understand yet that he's trying to help you. 6 months in, you catch your first real break. A trafficking pipeline, small but real. Opioids running through a network of pharmacies. Fake prescriptions, shell companies. You spend 11 weeks building it. Nights, weekends. You cancel a birthday dinner for your girlfriend, Nadia, twice. The case is airtight. You know it. Your case agent knows it. The prosecutor knows it. Then the lead defendant hires a former U.S. attorney, and suddenly nobody's returning calls. The case gets transferred to a different division, reassigned. You never find out what happens to it. Nadia stops asking how work is going around that time. His name is Delwood. That's all you know him as, just Delwood, like a town. He finds you in the parking deck of your building, not the office, your apartment building, which tells you everything about how long he's been watching. He's mid-40s, unremarkable face, the kind of man you'd forget in a crowd because he wants to be forgotten. He says he's heard good things about you, says you're wasted on what they've got you doing, says there are people who'd be grateful for someone with your access and your discipline. He doesn't say what kind of people. He hands you a card with only a phone number. No name. Just think about it, he says. Nobody's asking you to decide anything tonight. You go upstairs. You put the card in your kitchen drawer, under the takeout menus and a dead battery. You don't throw it away. That's the decision, right there. You just don't know it yet. Nadia moves out in February. Not a fight, just a slow withdrawal. She takes the good lamp and the cast iron pan and leaves a note that says she hopes you find what you're looking for. You read it 3 times, trying to find the cruelty in it. There isn't any. That's the cruelty. Your apartment is very quiet after that. You start noticing things about it you never did before. The water pressure, the way the radiator knocks, the way the walls hold the cold even in spring. You call the number on a Sunday night. The first job is almost nothing. A case number, a discovery document. You delay the filing by 72 hours. A small procedural gap. Maybe accidental, easily explained. You could explain it in your sleep. $1,200 appears in a Venmo account registered to a name that isn't yours. You stare at it for a long time. Then you buy groceries. Real ones, not the kind where you do math in the aisle. Delwood brings you further in slowly, deliberately, like someone who's done this before, who knows that a person has to be walked into water gradually or they'll flinch and run. A delayed warrant here, a misplaced interview transcript there. Nothing that screams, everything that whispers. You meet a DEA agent named Pryor at a sports bar during a Nationals game. He's been in it for 4 years, seems normal, coaches his kid's soccer team, has a mortgage and a retirement account, and a laugh that comes easy. He says, "The thing people don't understand is you don't stop caring, you just start being honest about what caring actually costs." You think about that for a long time afterward. The number that changes you is 22,000. That's what you clear in a single month when a federal narcotics case against a mid-Atlantic distribution network gets dismantled from the inside. Multiple agents, coordinated. You're one moving part in a machine you can't fully see. $22,000. You pay off your car, you send your mother money for the roof she's been patching with prayers, you put 3 months of rent in savings. You feel something that takes you a while to name: safe. You feel safe for the first time since you can remember. And safety is a drug, a very specific kind. Because once you've felt it, everything that threatens it starts to look like an enemy, including the person you used to be. The promotion comes in August. Supervisory special agent. Your mother buys a new frame for the photo. Hargrove shakes your hand in the break room, studies your face for a moment. You good? He asks. Never better, you say. He nods once and walks away, and you get the feeling he knows. Not specifics, just the shape of it. The way a doctor can tell from a handshake that something's wrong with a man before any test confirms it. He never says a word. You don't know if that makes him complicit or merciful. The mistake is a woman named Yolanda Reese. She's a witness in a federal murder case. Low-level connection, just a neighbor who saw a car. Her statement is a problem for the wrong people, so her statement needs to change. You've done this before. Timestamps, small details, the kind of editing that sounds impossible until you know how the system works, and then it sounds like filing a report. But Yolanda Reese has already given her statement to 2 other agencies. You don't know this. Nobody tells you. The case falls apart in a way that points directly at the evidence chain, directly at you. The discrepancy is flagged by a junior analyst named Quantico, who is 24 years old and still believes in the job the way you used to. The way you used to. There's a man from OPR named Chen who interviews you on a Wednesday. He has the eyes of someone who does crossword puzzles for fun. Careful, patient. He asks you about case procedures, file management, your relationship with certain case numbers. You answer cleanly. You've rehearsed. At the end, he sets his pen down, looks at you directly. I want you to think carefully before you answer this next one, he says. He doesn't ask the question that day. Delwood calls you from a new number. How bad, you ask. A pause, the kind that says everything. Bad enough that you need to decide what you're protecting. You sit with that. What are you protecting? The money is largely gone, moved, spent, converted into a life. The career is crumbling. The man you were is unrecognizable. What's left? There's a store in your neighborhood, run by a man named Mr. Bernard, who's been there since before the block changed. You've been buying coffee from him since you moved in. He asks about your work sometimes, calls you the G-man with a grin. 2 months ago, he was robbed. Someone pistol-whipped him for $380 and the cash in the register. The suspect was someone connected, distantly, to people connected to Delwood. The suspect walked. You know why. You know because you were part of the chain that made it happen. Not directly, never directly. Just a missing file in a system 3 steps removed. Mr. Bernard is still working the register. Left eye still not quite right. And every morning when you buy your coffee, he smiles and asks how the work is going. And every morning you say, good, getting there. You're 29 years old. 3 years ago, you raised your right hand in a room full of people who believed in you. Now, you're sitting in a car outside your own office, watching the doors, trying to remember which version of yourself is supposed to walk through them. The badge is on the passenger seat. You haven't put it on yet. Maybe you won't. Maybe that's the most honest thing you've done in years. Somewhere tonight, a 26-year-old is finishing their last week at Quantico. They scored in the top 10%. They've already picked out their desk in their head. They believe every word of the oath. They'll meet someone like Delwood inside of a year, and they'll stand in a parking lot holding a business card, thinking they haven't decided anything yet. That's how it starts. Not with a choice, with a drawer you don't throw something away into, with a silence where a no should have been, with relief when you expected guilt, and the terrible education of learning what that means.